Can the war that is escalating right now in Ukraine have an impact on the Bitcoin price? In today's video, we are going to look mainly at Bitcoin, guys, and I'm going to share some very interesting charts with you, like liquidation heat maps, Google Trends. We're just going to have a look at this chart again, and basically I will tell you how Bitcoin has reacted in previous bull markets, and basically what are some realistic expectations, and maybe even more focused on time than on the price. So first of all, guys, I want to emphasize the fact that we have already broken the previous all-time high, which basically means in previous cycles that we enter the acceleration phase of the cycle. We have a lot of evidence for this because, as you can see right here on Google Trends, like people who are Googling buying Bitcoin is significantly increasing. Right, similar as we have seen that in November 2020, and then in December we also get that dip. It looks like we get that dip. So it really looks, guys, that the emotional state of the society, these waves that people have interest in crypto, is right now just replicating, right? I mean, we exactly 4 years ago, 4-year cycle, of course, we had the spike in Google interest too in buying Bitcoin. Right now we are going even higher. That might be even more bullish. If we have a look at these, this is basically where we can see where we are in this bull cycle, right? And as you can see, the price, and we can actually measure it from the halving as we are doing right now. But we can also later measure it from the bottom. But as you can see, the previous cycles after previous halvings, we are very much on track doing the exact same thing. The only thing that's a bit different is this blue one, which was the first Bitcoin cycle in 2012. And you can see that the previous cycle actually topped right here. That was in 2021, I would say, but maybe you can even put it at this level right here, because it was like a double top formation. So it had an early top and a late top. It really depends what you want to consider the bull market top. But as you can see, that really coincides with the 2017 top of the 2017 bull market right here. This is almost the exact day that we topped, right? The first Bitcoin cycle had a top a little bit earlier, might be more resembling with the first peak in 2020 or 2021. But yeah, that one also had a very early accelerated cycle. So that one looks already a little bit different, but not when you look at the bear market and then getting back up to the previous all-time high. This is so crazy. Look at this. This one is stopping. All the three cycles, they bottom around the same period, then coming back up. So time, guys, probably is more important than the price. So if we look at the previous cycles, then it looks like that until April of next year, 2025, or March, April 2025, it looks like we're mostly going to see upwards price movement, but with some corrections along the way. Here we have a correction. It doesn't look like this small bump in the chart. I will show to you in the other chart how this looks. It's pretty crazy. So this is that bump basically. I mean, we went from almost 20,000 all the way down to 16,000. So that was a decrease of roughly 16%. And this was just a small shakeout. And a couple of days later, imagine we had the shakeout 2 days. 1, 2, 3, 4 days later, we already trading back above these levels. We have a small correction and then we go further. But if we would see something like this, which is pretty similar to the place where we are right now, if we compare it to previous cycles, and we would get a 16% dump, that would bring us back to $67,000. Guys, this is not that weird to get a shakeout like that. We also have a CME gap exactly at $77,000. So it is possible that we do something like this, where we just come down, eventually have a shakeout, maybe because of escalations with the war going on in Ukraine. I'm not really sure, but it looks like short term we first go up because we have the liquidation levels. Liquidity is definitely above us. So that is something to watch. But yeah, don't get scared when something like this happens, because this has happened in previous bull markets, and it's actually pretty normal to do something like that, to see like a big correction just in a matter of 2 days, as you can see in that previous example that I just gave. 2 days down, and then 3 or 4 days later we're back at this level. So maybe you got to ask yourself whether you want to be in front of the charts all the time. Of course, if you are using leverage, you got to be very careful, because if you climb up, if you have a nice leverage trade here long, it's really good, but take profits along the way, because whenever this thing is just having a shakeout and just continues to go higher, you might get liquidated or you might get stopped out. So it's very important that you are responsible whenever you're using leverage, and that you maybe don't use too much leverage, right? If you, for example, use a 20x leverage, you just want to like be there, don't have that trade open for too long, right? If you use a 3x leverage, that is way less risk, and yeah, you can have the trade open for a longer period of time, right? If you have a 3x leverage right here, your liquidation price is very low. So you can have a really nice trade, basically really using that leverage to get more gains. So yeah guys, this is basically what we are seeing right now in Bitcoin. We haven't really yet seen the breakout. It looks like this wants to break out to the upside. We had a nice pump consolidation, and probably this works as a continuation pattern. However, there are some things that you have to consider, and that is of course that we still always in the bull market can get some shakeouts, can get a reaction, a liquidity reaction. Previous bull market also, we can just have a look at some more examples. Like here we had this correction from the top till the bottom was like 16%. Right here, then we had a massive rally again. We came back down. We had a 10% correction, massive rally, wick, but really massive rally right here. We went from 23,000 all the way up to 40,000. So we doubled. I think we are going to do something similar like this. But then we went from 40K to 30K. We had a 30% correction. And this is a very beautiful ABC correction. Definitely, if you're using Elliott wave, that is nice things to see. ABC, where here we have two ABC corrections. So these are very nice to spot the lows at a certain correction. However, if you just look at this chart, everything generally goes up, but still a lot of people, they are losing money because they just make the wrong decisions, right? Maybe they are shorting in a rally, or maybe they are longing when we're right at the top and then the thing comes back down. So be careful with that, guys. Be very careful, but do expect the Bitcoin price more to go up than to come down. Because as you can see right here too, generally the price will just go up. So yeah guys, if we just look at timing, then we might see a top in December. As you can see, these tops also really align in terms of days after the halving. But probably a bigger top will be the beginning of 2025, where we have like maybe in around March or something. That would really make sense in March to take a break with the rally in Bitcoin, get a breather, maybe get a correction, and maybe afterwards we resume and we're going to replicate something like we have seen in 2017, like the pink line right here, also known as I would say that was pretty much a super cycle. But yeah, maybe not. We have to see however this will turn out. But generally, in terms of time, I think the price will continue to go up. If we really zoom out, it will go up definitely until February, March 2025. So yeah guys, that is what I'm expecting, but don't get shaken out or don't get scared or panic when, even though in the shorter term time frame we do get a correction and then we just continue to go up maybe to 150,000 by the end of the year or in the beginning of next year. So don't get too bearish when you see something like this, because this is very normal, and we have seen that in previous bull markets as well. Then guys, I want to bring your attention to my description of the video. I have a couple of links down here to some exchanges, and feel free to use this link to join one of these exchanges, because you can actually get some extra benefits like a deposit bonus, or you can join Will Alerts, the private Telegram channel where you can receive extra information on the cryptocurrency markets. We have a promo going on Bybit. This is probably the most famous one, up to $30,000 deposit bonus, but you can also, with this specific link, claim a $500 airdrop. On Apex, they have a 30,000 deposit bonus going on as well, similar as to Bybit. On Apex, you don't need any KYC. And on the Femix platform and Blowfin platform, they have no KYC, and they also have some bonuses. But these bonuses are generally lower than Bybit and Apex. However, if you want to diversify with your exchanges, definitely look into Femix and Blowfin too. They are pretty good exchanges as well. Femix is definitely my third exchange that I'm using pretty often, and I really like it. I'm using this already since 2019. So yeah guys, I have this down below in the description, so feel free to use it if you want to create an account on one of these exchanges. But okay guys, that was it for today's analysis. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, make sure to leave that thumbs up. That's very much appreciated. Wish you all a beautiful day, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye.